recording this, and then I'll email it to you at the end. So if you get kind of lost, just keep on going, and then you can watch it again later and try it again on your own. And then the beginning of class tends to be the same, and then I switch up a little bit as we go on the standing up stuff.
Danielle, I see some people have pillows. Do I need a pillow?
No, you don't need a pillow. That's just preference.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna start on our back with a hamstring stretch. So strapping your arch, bringing your leg up, opposite leg down flat. Trying to get a good stretch in the back of your thigh, not the back of your knee. So find that stretch behind your thigh. If you need a soft knee bend, bring your leg towards your chest a little bit more. Do what you gotta do to find the back of the thigh. We're gonna hold it a minute.
Are you, Danielle? Good?
Huh?
Are you good?
I'm good.
Good.
Yeah, and Catherine, we do all our stretches on one leg and then we switch to the other, just to let you know. So just keep following along here. Okay, so now we're gonna take our leg away from our body and you're gonna feel a groin stretch. Try to make sure to keep your hip anchored down to the ground. Don't let your torso roll up. Looking for a stretch in your groin or inner thigh. You guys are all behaving yourselves because we have a new person on today. Nobody's chatting.
I know, give us time.
Okay, then bring your leg across your body the other way. So now we should get a stretch from your buttocks down to your knee. You can play with the angle at your hip, so more at a 90 degree or more at a 45 degree at your hip. You can also put a slight knee bend. Make sure again that your buttocks and hips stay anchored down to the ground. A nice stretch. Do you want to join Maggie? And get a mat. Oh. Seems like a good temperature outside for that. Keep your window cracked in case you don't wake up. I'll come. Okay, and then we're gonna go into the figure 4 stretch. So you're gonna bend one leg over and bring the leg up. If you need to use the strap around your thigh, you can. If you can just reach with your hands, grab it. Here, same thing. Make sure you're not rolling to one side. Keep both of your back bones down evenly on the mat. So has anyone had their second vaccine yet?
No.
Nope.
No?
No.
All right.
I have.
Yeah? Was it as bad as they said it is?
Yes.
Oh, no. Okay, let's go ahead and switch sides back to the hamstring stretch on the other side.
So was that
2 days?
Was that
wiped out for 2 days?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Ugh.
Were you okay till you got home?
Oh, yes. It didn't come on until evening, and I got the shot early in the morning.
Okay. Okay.
So
Yeah.
like an 8-hour, 12-hour time frame?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like 12.
Okay.
Did you get a fever?
No, I got really cold. I got cold and thirsty. And
Oh,
then the next day I got really achy.
oh.
But it lasted, just 2 days and I was good again.
Oh, good.
Did you get fatigued? I heard fatigue is a big one, but no?
I don't think so. I was
Okay.
just tremendously achy, so I didn't move much.
Okay.
Was it the Moderna that you had?
Yes, Moderna.
Yeah. So what I got coming to me. Okay, let's take the leg away from the body, feeling the inner thigh stretch. I got mine on the 26th, and then I'm scheduled to do telehealth shortly after. So I'm hoping you're right about the 12-hour thing, because I got to suck it up for about 4 hours of telehealth, and then I can be dead on the couch.
Yeah, you should be okay for a while.
All right.
Then
Yeah, I've heard so many mixed things about, that if you're younger, it's worse. I don't know. Some people said if you get a really bad reaction, that means you probably had COVID already. And I was like, oh no. Not looking forward to it. But my parents and I all get our second ones that same weekend. My parents both got the Pfizer one though, and we'll just all be calling each other, giving updates, I guess. Let's go across the body. Okay, and then we'll go into the figure 4 position. Has everybody been feeling pretty good this week?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. Did I send the video from last week?
Yes.
Did, yeah.
All right. Sometimes if I don't do it right away, I forget until one of you emails me.
Yeah, I think you sent it at the end of the week, but we got it maybe Friday. That's okay.
I'll try to do it right away today. It just depends on if I have a patient booked right after or if I have lunch next. Okay, so now let's go into our sideline quad stretch. So try to get directly on your side. Your bottom leg can be bent for some stability. If you can't grab your foot, use your strap to make it a little easier. Make sure your thighs are parallel to each other, that your knee is not dropping below your hip height. You can probably use your computer screen to check your own form there. And then keep your butt tight and your core tight, and you should get a really, really nice stretch in the front of your thigh. So Catherine, I'm not seeing you completely, but it looks like your knee is higher than your hip. Try to make your legs parallel because you'll feel more stretch. There you go. Does that pull more? Good. I can't figure out today if I'm hot or cold. It's so weird. The breeze keeps coming through here, and then I get cold, and then I'm fine, and then I'm hot, and then I'm cold. It's awful today. But I'm glad we've been getting a little rain. We need it.
Yeah.
All right, let's roll over and do the other side. Yeah, this weekend, a friend and I are going to go over to another friend's house. They just got a house and we're having a garden party. Nice. So we're going to teach her how to garden. Oh. We figured that was a good socially distanced, outdoorsy thing to do.
Yeah. That's great.
And then she gets free labor from us too, so it's even better. Okay, good. So now we are done with the stretching strap and the stretches on the ground. So let's go ahead. Next, we're gonna do a figure 4 bridge. So make sure feet are hip width apart, comfortable knee bend in terms of distance from your butt to your heels, okay? One leg lightly crossed over. Make sure you don't allow your knee to droop down, right? Try to keep your knee kind of pulled straight up towards the ceiling. So keep your thigh kind of perpendicular to the ceiling. And all the work should be done in the foot that's down on the ground. We don't want the work to be done with the crossed leg. So do not crush your other leg with the crossed leg. Don't push down with your knee. We gotta keep the hips level. Okay, we're gonna try to go 90 seconds on each side. If you get tired, just take a break or slow down. All right, ready? Go. Keep those hip bones both pointing straight up to the ceiling. Hold it 3 seconds at the top and down slow. Good. Good, everyone's getting up nice and high. That looks good. So you should be feeling this right where your butt and thigh meet. And then maybe a little bit across the bottom part of your abs from hip bone to hip bone.
What did you call that again? Where the butt and thigh meet?
Your thut, your thigh butt. I like to also say your cheek crease. Depending on how you want to look at it. But some of my patients have more of a fold than a crease, so that doesn't work so well. Or some of my patients just don't have a butt at all, which is fascinating to me. I don't understand how that works. Okay, so go ahead and switch sides. So get lined up again. Make sure your feet are hip width apart. Cross that leg over lightly. Get settled. Don't use that cross leg. Ready, go. Hold 3 seconds. And then down slow. You might notice one side's not as stable as the other. If it's not stable, really think about grounding into your heel, engaging your core a little bit more. Try to get up to the same height you were getting on the other side.
Oh dear, I just remembered I'm not going to be here next Tuesday because I have my second shot.
Bummer.
I just remembered. Yep. Oh,
What time is your shot?
I don't remember. In the morning, and it's way past San Jose.
Oh, you got to go all the way down to what, Stanford?
No, further. Los Altos, I think.
Oh.
Somewhere way down there.
Why'd you do that?
Oh,
It's Los Gatos, Lori. Los Gatos.
That's right. Thank you, Kim. I would go to Timbuktu, wherever they were going to give me a shot. I was going to go. I was not fussy.
Okay, very good. Okay, next one, I want to go on to all fours, and we're going to do bird dog. We want to make sure our hands are directly underneath our shoulders, our knees are directly underneath our hips. We want a 90-degree knee bend at the hip and the knees. If you have sensitive wrists, make sure they're on the firm floor and not going through your pad plus the floor. And we're gonna do alternating sides. You're gonna lift right arm, left leg, hold it 3 seconds, then come back down, do the opposite diagonal, okay? Hold it 3 seconds, and come back down, switch. We're gonna go for 90 seconds here, okay? And as you get tired, make sure you're not rocking back and putting all your weight on your legs. Try to kind of keep equal weight through your arms and your legs. And Lori, don't worry about reaching high, right? As long as your hand is off the ground, it's still challenging you.
Thank you.
And again, if you have a side that's less stable, really engage your glutes, your core, your shoulder blades, your armpit muscles. Use everything you can.
My husband just walked in from getting his first shot.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Where did he get his?
At the Marin Center.
Okay. I heard that was a disaster. One of my older lady patients said she had to be on her feet for 2 hours.
Oh, no.
And was exhausted by the time she got home.
You mean standing in line? Waiting?
At the Civic Center, yeah, because it was like you had to get there, show your insurance card. Then you had to get in another line to like make your appointment for the second vaccine. Then you had to get in another line for the vaccine. Then you had to get another line to wait the 15 minutes.
Oh, no.
And she said it was awful, and there were very few chairs sporadically put out through these lines, and she said she was exhausted.
Oh, that's awful.
All right, and relax.
Oh.
Okay, if you need to do child's pose, go ahead and do some child's pose or just rest a second. Then we're gonna do our half kneeling hip flexor stretch next.
Okay.
I went to UCSF down in Mission Bay and it was great.
All right, so one leg out in front, one knee down on your cushion. Okay, good. We lost Catherine somewhere.
Where did you get your shot, Danielle?
I got mine at the One Medical in Terra Linda or San.
Oh yeah, that's right. You mentioned that, yeah.
So I reached out to my primary care doctor at One Medical, and I was like, you know, my grandma got her shot, so I don't feel bad now, like jumping in the front of the line. I just wanted her to get it, you know. I didn't want to take it away from. But I think they got a lot of the older clients done now, so.
Yeah, plus you're seeing patients, so.
We're doing a hip flexor stretch kneeling down, yeah. But it's so weird because I signed up on a bunch of different websites.
Yeah.
Just because I was just urgent to get one, and I get some text messages still saying, oh, you're still not eligible, but we'll let you know when you are. And I'm like, but I already got mine. I don't know what you're talking about. It's weird.
Right.
Okay, let's go ahead and switch sides. Catherine, if you want to stay there a little longer, I'll tell you after a few more seconds, so keep holding. This you should be feeling in the front of the hip of the side that's the knee is down. But yeah, I don't know. So I keep having to respond like stop to all these emails and text messages because I signed up for 100 different ones and I'm going nuts. So we'll see. But yeah, they told me to bring my physical therapy license when I went just in case. And I handed it to them with my insurance card. They didn't ask for it, but
Yeah.
I don't know. In case I had to put that on record why I was young and getting my shot, I don't know. But they also did a lot of the students, which is nice. I have a nursing student from Dominican, and she got hers because she's going in to do like rotations in Marin General and other hospitals and stuff.
Right.
So I'm glad they gave her hers. Okay, good. So now let's go down on your side with your band above your knees. We're going to do clamshells. On your side, make sure your hips are stacked, knees are stacked, feet are stacked. And then you're only gonna open up as much as you can, keeping your hips perpendicular to the ground. We're gonna try to hold it 3 seconds at the top, down slow, and we're gonna go 90 seconds on each side. All right, ready, go. And as your knees come down, make sure your knees are flush. If you're lying on your side and your top knee is back a little bit from your front knee, you're not totally stacked on the hips. So make sure those hips are totally even and knees are even when you come back down. Correct position. And again, if you poop out, just rest or slow your pace down.
What was that other clamshell that we did that was harder? I forget.
Was it when we did 5 seconds up, 5 second hold, 5 second down?
No, it was the dog leg one.
Oh, the fire hydrants.
Oh, the fire hydrant.
Yeah, we did those last week. I didn't want to do them again. I got to give it a little time.
Thank you.
Throw it back in and just drop a bomb every once in a while.
Yeah, that was a killer.
Were you sore the next day?
No, it was good. I was good.
I can read Lori's mind.
Kim.
Okay, let's switch sides. Ready, 90 seconds, go. And if one side's a little tighter or weaker than the other, make sure you just do the ample work, right? Because you don't want to cheat and use your back or roll over if one side's a little bit smaller of a lift or not as stable. Just go do what you can do. Listen to your body and keep proper form. I've yet to meet a symmetrical human being. And thank God for that, because then I wouldn't have a job. Okay, good. So now I want to try to ask of you to get up from the floor with your band on around your knees. So I want to do the slow chair squats with the band on. So hopefully you guys can all get up while you're tied up.
Oh. Okay.
So with the band just above your knees, we want to focus on standing with feet hip to shoulder width apart, whatever feels natural. Now, as I go down, I don't want to allow that rubber band to win and have my knees go in. I want to keep my butt muscles engaged, keeping my knees hip width apart. If you can tap the chair but not sit, that would be great. So you're going to tap, come back up, looking from the side. We're all ladies here. Think that dirty public toilet squat. I got to get my buttocks back over the potty. Oops, I touched it. It's gross. Stand back up. All right, we're going to try to go 90 seconds here. Ready, go. So use your video as feedback. There should always be light between your knees on the way up, on the way down. Don't let the light go away. I know this is totally not ladylike, like how you were taught to probably sit, but we're over it. We're doing what's good for our body parts, not what's ladylike. Can't have it all.
And this is especially important during the COVID era because we don't want to sit on anybody else's
Yeah.
toilet.
I know we have signs in our bathroom that say put the lid down before you flush to stop spreading COVID.
Oh, that's smart.
If you're pooping out, just rest. It's okay. Got about 15 more seconds to go here. Nice and slow pace. It's good. Some of you guys that have had wobbly knees, it's cleaning up a little bit. So at home, if you do these in a mirror, it's great. Or if you do them with your, screen on like this, it's basically a mirror for you.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Very nice. Have a seat. Take your band off.
That was good. Whew. I did it extra slow, which makes it much harder.
Okay, so next one, if you can anchor a band around a door handle, a doorknob, something that's about waist to chest height. And we're gonna work on standing with feet about hip width apart, tension on the band from straight arms, and you're gonna pull back with straight arms, arms to your side. We're gonna hold it there 3 seconds. Back out slow. Pull back. Hold it 3 seconds. Out slow. The goal is as you get that tension on the band, that my chest opens and my boobies stick out. And you should feel like you get about a ½ inch taller. Straight arms. Pulling back. So the band is attached in front of you at about hip to chest height. Straight arms and pulling your arms down by your side. All right, we're trying for 90 seconds. Ready, go. So make sure your shoulder blades pinch back, not just your arms, okay? So if you're not getting tension with your arms about by your side or slightly further back, then start with a little more tension and really emphasize the blades pinching as your arms go back, and you should stick kind of your chest up and out. Open those shoulder blades. This is the anti-desk Zoom posturing.
I like the part where we gain a half an inch.
Yeah, don't you feel taller as you really stack your spine up and stand how you should always stand? And then the second we let go, gravity wins again.
That's right.
You can feel this in your, some people call it their bat wing or their old lady saggy arm business. Should feel it back there. And then down in your muscles, kind of back around where your bra attaches. Postural muscles. All right, and then rest. Okay, next one we're gonna do is gonna be a single leg heel raise. So get to where if you need like backs of a chair to hang on to, a wall to hang on to, something like that. I'm gonna use the bicycle back here. So don't use the surface for too much help. We're gonna stand on one leg. Make sure our knee is locked by keeping my thigh and buttocks and core tight. Rising up. Pause at the top and a nice slow descent. So not necessarily a 3-second hold at the top, but think more of like a 2 to 3 second descent. And we're gonna try to do 90 seconds on each side here. Okay, so pick your poison on which leg you start with. All right, ready, go. Nice straight knee, tight thigh, tight buttocks, tight core. Rising up, pause, and down really slow. Try not to crash land. Think like you're coming down onto a cracker or something. You don't want to break it. Make sure that knee doesn't buckle as you go up. If you can't keep your knee straight, don't go quite as high. Only go as high as you can without that knee buckling. That's a minute. Are we going to be able to make 90 seconds?
Yep.
Okay. But everyone's descent is looking slower than when we started, so that's good. So this should be thigh burning, butt burning, calf burning, maybe even foot burning. All right, switch sides. Shake it out a second and switch sides. Feel the burn. All right, on to the other leg. Keep the leg nice and sturdy. All right, ready, go. Keep that knee as locked as you can without hyperextending. Tummy tight, butt tight, thigh tight. Think right up on your big toe knuckle. Don't let your weight roll out onto your pinky toe. Pinky toe side of our foot does not have much power and leverage. Use that big toe. You're only halfway, Lori, no sign yet.
Oh no. It's my foot that I'm feeling it. Oh man.
We're 1 minute here.
Okay.
Is that your foot that has more of the arthritis?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure does. Both feet are really bad, but this one, some days one is worse than the other. today. This one. But it doesn't stop me.
Yep. Okay, we made it. Good.
Oh.
So now we're gonna finish with calf stretch. All right, so find a wall to push onto. When we're looking at our position, if my hips are pointing straight ahead to my counter, my wall, my chair, I wanna make sure that this back foot is straight ahead. I don't want my back foot toed out. So make sure that back foot's straight ahead. And then looking from the side, I wanna make sure this back heel is glued to the ground as I shift my weight forward. All right, we'll go for a minute on each side. Ready, go. Nice runner stretch. I think we're all familiar with this one. Keep that back heel glued on the ground, feet and hips straight ahead. And think about driving that heel into the ground. Make that back leg really long. And I think I'm actually going to finish on time today instead of leaving you guys dangling.
Well, great class, Danielle. Loved it. Once again, thank you.
I try to just keep rotating through stuff and throw different things in and things we all need these days. Okay, let's go ahead and switch sides. Get lined up, take a look at that back foot, make sure it's straight ahead, keep that heel glued to the ground, driving it back there, and then slowly shift forward until you feel a good stretch without letting that heel lift up. And I'll try to send you guys this video as soon as it's done today. It takes about 5 minutes to upload everything, and then I'll try to do it right now while I'm thinking of it. I don't forget till Friday. The next time I have to breathe.
I may not be here next Tuesday, Danielle, just FYI.
Okay. If you still want the recording, sign up for the class and I'll still check you in and I'll send you the recording.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you just do it on your own when you have time. And same for you, Lori, if you want to sign up.
Oh, okay. I'm already signed up, so I'll just keep it there.
Yeah. And
That's
then I'll still
perfect.
send you the recording.
Okay.
Okay, that's great.
All right.
Excellent.